Hi and welcome to my channel. Today I'm going to show you how to make a plant-based vegan shepherd's pie. So let's get going. So for this shepherd's pie I'm going to do a classic mashed potato top. I boil a kettle because it makes things just a little bit quicker. That'll take about 20 minutes. Right, for the filling I've got leek, celery, swede, yellow pepper, a bit of red onion. I've got some dried mushrooms, some chopped mushroom trimmings. And then I'm going to use my favourite, these lovely green pale lentils. These don't need soaking. They just literally need picking through. And what I do to save time is I pick through a batch as soon as I get it and then store it in my good old-fashioned Tupperware container. And then to give it some thickening, I'm going to thicken it with red lentils because these also don't need soaking. And these will just go down to a paste and are a great thickener. Then for some extra flavourings, I've got oregano, thyme and sage. I've got a few sun-dried tomatoes and some tomato puree. I've got some garlic powder and some coriander, and that will all, and a bit of nutmeg just to give it a bit more depth. And then for the goodness, I've got my turmeric and a bit of flaxseed. So let's get cracking. So first things first, let's see if the leek needs washing, needs another wash. So I'm looking for any sand that's in the stalks here, and there isn't, so that's great. Make some space. And you want to spread this nice and finely. As with everything, you need to cut things so they're all roughly the same sort of size, so they all cook at about the same sort of time. And that's all my lovely vegetables done. Right, I've had my pan on, so that's been nice and warm. So I'm just going to put a dribble of the sun-dried tomato oil in. That's a tablespoonful, that's all. You can see that's already warm. Cover the bottom of the pan. Super stuff. Then add your vegetables. As you can probably see, I've got a cloth on my cooker top. I know I shouldn't be cutting on the cooker top, but you can't see me otherwise. This cloth stops this board from moving. So you can really go for a good chop and this board won't move around. And this will take about, well, anything from 20 to 40 minutes to cook, depending what mood it's in. It's food people enjoy, just take your time. What is the rush? It's lockdown. Put a bit of love in your food, makes you feel better when you eat it, loves the people around you. Okay, so I'm just going to check those potatoes to see if they're cooked. They look cooked. Put a knife in. If it falls off, they're cooked. Lovely. I'm going to then put them back on the warm ring just to dry them out a bit. Look at this. This is cooking down a treat. This has had 10 minutes now. This is looking really nice. I'm going to give this at least another 10 minutes. I'm going to add a couple of sun-dried tomatoes to my filling mixture, just so they melt down into it. I've had some dried porcini mushrooms just soaking for half an hour. I'm going to save this liquor and use it part of the stock to go with the pie. I'm just going to shred these up and add these as well. I know there's not many, but every now and again you'll get a burst of something which is just really surprising. And if you can make a nice surprising food, that you suddenly think, oh, you know, anything that makes you go, oh, is nice in life. Now I'm going to add a little bit of nutmeg to my potatoes here, because I like it. This is a nutmeg grater. You can buy ground nutmeg. I just love the smell. This is smelling really good now. This isn't a good place to start to build this a bit further now. I'm now going to take my tomato puree. I'm going to add a tablespoon of tomato puree. And if that's not enough, I'll add some more. You fry tomato puree, it just makes it a darker, wonderful flavour again, richer. This is thyme, pinch of thyme, a teaspoonful of thyme. Same with oregano. You can use marjoram or basil, and just under a teaspoon of sage. Good British flavour sage. I've then got some coriander to give it a bit of a sweetness, half a teaspoon of coriander. And I've got some garlic powder, and I'm going to use 2 teaspoons of garlic powder. There are loads of recipes out there for lentil shepherd's pies. If you like reading the recipe, then read them all and then make your own version up. If you want something more precise then with actual quantities, then please knock yourself out. I tend to cook on the hoof with what I've got in the fridge. So today I haven't got any tinned tomatoes, I haven't got any garlic, I haven't got any carrots, so I've substituted the things I have got. A bit of turmeric for the system, the soul, a bit of earthy darkness at the background. With turmeric, must go black pepper. And now I'm going to add my mushroom water. Okay. And now I'm going to have half a cup of the pay lentils. And half a cup of red lentils. Just stir those in, coat them in all those flavourings. Look at the colours. I'm just going to cover it with some water. And as that cooks, I might add more water to it. In this water, I'm going to add my stock cube. It's all about layering of flavours. Delish. If you were going to do a meat shepherd's pie, you'd still, if you were going to cook it properly, classically, you'd still be spending nearly an hour getting the filling right. So far this has been 40 minutes. Those pay lentils will cook in 20, and that is going to be fabulous and not cost anything to the planet. So add a bit of almond milk to the potatoes because I want them nice and creamy. Nice knob of butter, dairy free, and then we mash. The object, of course, is to get the lumps out of the potato, make them nice and creamy. My daughter for a time used to say that she didn't like a creamy potato, she preferred a lumpy mash. So whatever floats your boat. If you like something a bit more rustic, you can always leave the skins on and mash it that way, but I like a creamy mash. Delish. Chef's perks. So I think I'll probably have to do that once more, add a load more water, just to let those pay lentils cook. So they're already changing colour, they're already taking on the water. It's beginning to look like a gravy brown, which is lovely. On the last dose of water, I think I might add another stock cube, more layers of flavour again. Oh, I'm looking forward to this though. Let's see what this tastes like. It's a bit of Swede there, some red lentils and the pay lentils. We'll see if they're nice and soft yet. Yeah, they're on the way. I would say another 5 minutes. I'm going to give it one more stock cube. These are veg stock cubes, obviously. Sorry, I thought that didn't need mentioning, but now I thought. And another dribble of water. I'm also going to give that another squeeze of tomato puree, just to give it that bit more wallop. So another tablespoonful. Look what I found in the fridge. And we'll just give a nice glug of that. Wow. I love having adult children living in the house. Give that another 5, 8, 10 minutes just to reduce down. And then we'll put it in the pan, in the pie dish. Okay, I feel like this is had its cooking time now. This is looking lovely. Yeah. Yep, that looks absolutely delicious. Okay, so off the heat. I'm going to put it in my nice pie dish. It's got lines on like this because the glaze has cracked a little bit, but it's still perfectly all right. It's only for family use. So. Okay, flatten it in the pan. If you've got a piping bag, you can put all your mashed potato in that and pipe it on top. Personally, I just like to do the good old-fashioned way because I'm at home and I want to look like this is made with some love rather than professionalism. too much filling in the pan. That's me all over. Right, there we go. And just join it up. Oh, what a wonderful mess. I haven't got any big tomatoes, but I've got some cherry tomatoes which I can decorate the top with. If this was a meat pie, then I'd put cheese on the top. If I've got some vegan cheese, I'd probably use that on the top as well. I should probably call this If I'd Got the Channel, shouldn't I, really? Then I'm going to put that in the top of the oven, an oven of about 190 degrees for 10 minutes just to make the top crispy. And we'll see the end result. See you soon. Longer in the oven than I wanted it to because I got caught in a Teams call. But this is my vegan shepherd's pie. And it smells really good. And I don't mind the burnt bits. I think they're the best bits, actually. Oh, look at that. Can you see that? That is just fabulous. It holds together and everything. Oh, right. This is very hot. Let's give this a taste. Yeah, you can see all the meat at the side. Meat. You can see all the vegan bits at the side. Crispy potato. Here goes. Oh, yeah. That is really tasty. That has all the flavours of a shepherd's pie, but without the meat. So I really recommend that. That's really yummy. So another 10 out of 10 from me. Thanks so much for joining me, and I'll talk to you soon. Love you lots. Bye.